When you're working with large volume of data, querying the database sometimes can be very costly for companies. So the goal always is to run a single query that can get the job done. However, sometimes the results that you're trying to achieve requires you to query the database multiple times. But you can get around that by using subqueries. So subquery is just SQL query nested together. So let me give you a simple scenario where you may need a subquery for. Let's say, for example, you're working at a company who runs database for employees, right? And you were asked to find every employee who makes less money than Russell, and they have the same job ID as employee 144. First, you have to find out how much money or Russell's salary. So for example, we can say select last name salary from employees where last name equals to Russell. So Russell makes 14,000 on his salary. So now that you get back this result, the next thing is to find out who makes more money or less money than Russell. Then you would have to write a next select statement that said select. Then you would want first name, last name, and let's print salary as well. And we're still getting this data from the employees table. Now in the where clause, we're going to say where salary is greater than 14,000. Let's say, for example, we don't know Russell makes 14,000 on his salary, right? We are not going to query the database multiple times. Okay, so what we can do here is add a subquery. Now, if I run this select statement twice, right, I will get back some error. Okay, so let me run this statement, and you see here, we did get back the error. You cannot do this in SQL. Now, to get around this error, we're just going to use a subquery. So with a subquery, it must be inside of parentheses. Okay, so we can put our parentheses here and we can close it off here. I'm going to put a tab because I like readability when I'm writing code. In SQL, this select statement is going to get run first. Now, this is called the inner query. So you have the inner query and you have the outer query, the main query. Then it's going to go to the main select statement. So first it's going to find out how much money Russell makes, and then it's going to find the employees who makes more money than Russell, or the amount Russell make. Let's remove last name. We just want the salary. Now, if I run this query, okay, I will get back everyone who makes more money than Russell. If I want to include Russell, all I have to do is put the equal sign and run it again, and Russell is included. Now, if I want to find the employees who make less money than Russell, right, then I have all these employees here in my system who makes less money than Russell. Now, the last part of the question is, from the results, find those who have the same job ID. So who's doing the same work as employee 144. Now, you would have to find out what employee 144 job ID is. So to get around that, we can use the AND operator. We can say AND job ID like, and here we're going to use another select statement for employee 144, right? So we're going to put it inside of the parentheses. So we can say select job ID from employees where employee ID equals to 144. Let's run this query, and here we can see everyone who makes less money than Russell and has the same job ID as employee 144. Now, employee 144 is not Russell. Now, if I come here and do this, select last name job ID from employees where employee ID equals to 144. Now, if I copy this and run it is Vargas. Vargas has the job ID 144 and he's ST Clark. Now, if I come here and I display job ID, all the employees who makes less money than Russell and has the same job ID as Vargas, which is a store clerk, their job ID should be store clerk or ST Clark. Now let's run this statement again without this select statement. So let me just comment this statement off, right? And now let me run this again. You see that everyone in here job ID is a store clerk or an ST Clark. This is how you can query the database when you get complicated questions. So you just have to think about what the question is or what they're asking to do and query the database wisely. It can be done in a single query. Subqueries can get a little bit complicated and you just have to nest them or put them together. So that is it for this video. Hope you have learned something. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next tutorial.